Welcome back to the Raw Feed. I'm Gary Franchi, coming to you live from the heart of America, where we bring you the news that matters most. We're streaming to millions worldwide on YouTube, plus our Patriots on Rumble, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X. So make sure you're following us on all platforms, because Big Tech loves to play games with our reach. Speaking of staying connected, download the Next News Network app right now. Get breaking news alerts, exclusive 24/7 content. Android users, grab it in the Play Store. iPhone users, hit the App Store. Links in the description. What sets us apart here on the Raw Feed? Well, we don't just report the news. We interact with you, our viewers, in the live chat, getting your real-time reactions to the day's events. Your voice matters, and we are going to feature it. Now, share the stream right now. Text it to your friends, bypass the algorithm. Ex-viewers, repost it to your followers. If you're on Facebook, hit that share and send it out to your friends and family. Let's break through their censorship together. And if you want to support the show privately, hit those donation links in the description. Every dollar helps us stay independent and bring you the truth. And maybe I can get some new glasses that don't keep falling off my face. Yes, we will be reading your super chats and Rumble rants between segments, featuring them on screen for the whole world to see. So send them right now, because we are watching. And check out our merch shop, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Show off your favorite news source with Alligator Alcatraz, President Otto Penn, and our American Badass series. Plus, join our YouTube channel memberships for exclusive perks, special acknowledgement in the chat, behind-the-scenes uploads, and access to our members-only 24/7 Discord, where the conversation never stops. Now, on this day, October 2nd, in history, back in 1919, President Woodrow Wilson suffered a massive stroke that left him partially paralyzed. His wife, Edith, essentially ran the country in secret for the remaining year and a half of his presidency, controlling access to him and making decisions in his name. Sound familiar? Well, just like today, we have unelected puppeteers pulling strings behind the scenes while America burns. And speaking of puppeteers, tonight we're going to be exposing how Chuck Schumer is taking orders from Soros-funded groups to orchestrate his government shutdown. Yes, they shut it down, demanding $1.5 trillion for illegal aliens while our troops work without pay. But their plan is backfiring spectacularly. We're going to show you the border invasion being exposed in real time. Chicago firing 40 illegal truckers in one day. ICE agents rappelling from Blackhawks who arrest gang members. And Minneapolis admitting half their immigrants committed fraud. Then we're going to reveal how the Democrat shutdown just gave Trump the perfect opening for Project 2025, meeting with mastermind Russ Vought to start dismantling the deep state. Democrats thought they were protecting their bureaucracy. Instead, they handed Trump the keys to destroy it. And Elon Musk going nuclear on Netflix, telling 226 million followers to cancel their subscriptions after they got caught pushing transgender ideology to kids. Congress is now preparing hearings. Parents are revolting, and Netflix is in full meltdown. And, of course, the meme wars. They're now reaching peak insanity. Trump crowned as king. Democrats in sombreros, and the digital battlefield belongs to the MAGA army. Tim Walz is crying about unfair memes while the internet demands someone get him a sombrero. This is your show. This is your voice. This is your truth. The establishment wants to silence us, but together we're unstoppable. From the Democrat shutdown scheme backfiring to the invasion of our border, from deep state purges to the cultural wars exploding across America, we are covering it all. The gloves are off. The masks have dropped. And the real fight for America's soul is happening right now. October 2nd, 2025 will be remembered as the day the truth broke through. Let's dive into the chaos, but first let's welcome you to the show. Harold Grant is here. Laura M., Running Bear, Heather Reeve, Sure You Gospel, Broken Prophet, Bill's Rules, 01 Kilo on Rumble, Seraphith Ning Yong, the one and only Rhonda Don, Hot Rod Mike, Mrs. Pothead Kenny, Inbred Outlook, Kibbs Ellis. Who else is here? Lamb's Grace, Eric Trudale, AJ Cruz. Who else? Scrappy, Sue Couture. All right, let's see. Keep going. And we got Inbred Outlook dropping a $5 super chat right out the gate. Gary, you rock. Keep it up. Thank you so much for that. The salt is flowing tonight. Hot Rod Mike is here. Gen X, fight. Kim Weeg. Tamara Jennings. Who else is in the house? Joshua Koslow, checking in with the truth 6 minutes ago. Broken Prophet, the Rumble bot, Uriel Aurora, Tracy Hicks, Tammy Raby. I also do what? Okay. Ernest Andujo. Let's see who else is here. Selena Dixon, Gauntlet 85, A. Nelson, D. Waffle on Rumble, and Z. Prac on Facebook. Warwick Sassery on Facebook is all Rick Morosky. Dude. Laura M. Regina. Cantria Sum. Janie Robinson. Madland. Who else is here? Richard and Patricia. All right, guys, we're going to get into the news. It is happening right now. We are just getting started, and confirm that you have shared this stream by pressing 1 in the chat room. It's the most important thing is to share it via text message. Okay, guys? Text message. All right, let's get into it. Democrats just shut down the federal government, and we have the White House documents proving why. They're demanding $1.5 trillion for free health care for illegals, transgender policies, and defunding rural hospitals, all while our troops work without pay. Mark Vargas from the Illinois Review returns with explosive evidence showing Chuck Schumer is coordinating with Soros-funded groups to orchestrate the showdown. 65% of Americans oppose it. Democrats don't care. The leaked memos, the secret meetings, the months of planning, it's all coming out. What you're about to see will expose the radical left shutdown strategy and who's really pulling the strings, so stay with us. Now, if you didn't know this, gold has gone mainstream. You're seeing it everywhere, and prices keep climbing. Every day, more and more Americans are catching on to the power of gold. But how do you actually take advantage of it? How do you invest in a way that's safe, simple, and built for the long run? That's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. Noble Gold's specialists are trained to help investors just like you go from confused to confident, from wondering what's next to knowing exactly what to do. Whether you're looking to roll over an old 401k into gold on a gold IRA, or you want physical coins and bars delivered right to your home, Noble Gold makes the process simple, safe, and stress-free. You'll get step-by-step guidance, transparent pricing, and a U.S.-based service from a team that's handled over $2.5 billion in precious metals transactions. With Noble Gold Investments, protecting and growing your wealth isn't just their job, it's their commitment. So visit nextnewsgold.com to claim your free wealth protection kit and see if you qualify for that bonus 10-ounce silver flag bar and the 1-ounce silver eagle. That is nextnewsgold.com. Noble Gold, helping you build a stronger future. That number on the screen, too, 877-646-5347. Now, I sat down with Mark Vargas earlier today to break down the Soros machine behind the Schumer shutdown. Take a look. Democrats just shut down the federal government, and we have the White House documents proving why. They're demanding $1.5 trillion for free health care for illegals, transgender policies, and defunding rural hospitals, all while our troops work without pay. Mark Vargas from the Illinois Review joins us again with explosive evidence showing Chuck Schumer is coordinating with Soros-funded groups to orchestrate this shutdown. 65% of Americans oppose it, but Democrats don't care. Mark is the editor-in-chief of the Illinois Review, the largest publication in Illinois for conservatives. He's here to expose the radical left's shutdown strategy. Mark, welcome back.
Great to be with you, Gary.
Mark, you've got the White House documents showing that Democrats shut down the government for $1.5 trillion, a crazy wish list. What are some of these outrageous demands that they're making?
Well, the biggest demand, obviously, is to fund free health care for illegal aliens who have entered our country under President Biden's wide open border policy, some $200 billion for illegal aliens for their health care. This should be no surprise, Gary, because over the last several years, major cities controlled by Democrats have spent nearly $20 billion on migrants to ensure that they had free health care, food, clothing, shelter, apartments, prioritizing illegals over law-abiding citizens. And so it's no surprise that the Democrats, who are controlled by their far-left, woke, progressive politicians, it's no surprise that they wanted to shut down the entire government, really stick it to the American people out of protest because they want their illegal alien friends to get free health care. It's absolutely outrageous.
It's insane. I don't know how any sitting member of Congress can actually support something so ludicrous. I don't know what's driving this, but I guess we're finding out now. Axios is reporting that Chuck Schumer is closely coordinating with Soros, outside Soros liberal groups, Soros-funded activists driving this. How deep does this coordination go, Mark?
Well, it's very deep. And Chuck Schumer knows that AOC is on his tail. She wants his U.S. Senate seat, and he's worried. In polls, Gary, that have been in New York there, she's beating him in a one-on-one poll. So how does he deflect that? He bows to the far-left progressive liberal agenda, and he bows to these George Soros-funded groups who have spent millions and millions of dollars targeting the Trump agenda, targeting conservative Americans. And so now it's been revealed that the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have been planning this shutdown for months. They've been having strategy meetings. They've been phone calls, emails, conference calls, in-person meetings, strategizing about shutting down the government. And the pressure is being applied financially by George Soros and these far-left progressive liberal groups who don't love America, they hate America, who don't want law and order, they want lawlessness. And so it has been exposed, and the truth is finally coming out that this strategy has been planned by the Democrats for a long time.
Mark, what do they stand to gain from this?
Well, this is we're seeing Trump derangement syndrome playing out on live television. What they gain chaos. They love chaos. They love lawlessness. They love the idea that all of these tens of millions of migrants who have entered our country illegally, many of them very violent and dangerous with very scary criminal backgrounds and histories, they want those individuals in our communities, turning them upside down. They want high crime. They want violent crime. They want to waste taxpayer dollars to ensure that they have free health care, to ensure that they have food, clothing, and shelter. This is a deliberate strategy by the far left progressive liberal Democrats to not help America, but to destroy America.
I mean, what message does this send to the American people?
Well, illegal aliens first and America last. I mean, look at who's going to be affected. The police officers, firefighters in terms of their pay, soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardsmen. That means your grandmother or your mother or your aging father is going to have issues, disruptions regarding their health care. Rural health care is going to be in big trouble. 50,000 Coast Guardsmen will go unpaid. But more importantly, Gary, this is something that really sticks out to me. You know who else is infected by this? Border Patrol agents and ICE agents. And that's not accidental at a time when President Trump is deploying the National Guard, deploying ICE agents and Border Patrol agents into these sanctuary cities like Chicago, in order to drive down violent migrant crime. This is no accident. This has been planned for months to ensure that the only way to stop President Donald Trump and his Make America Safe Again policy is to end the pay and shut down the government.
Well, we've seen the protests in the streets, the blockades against ICE facilities. We've seen it in Portland. We've seen it in Broadview. So this is perfect timing for them to carry out that agenda. 65% of Americans oppose the shutdown. Democrats are holding military paychecks, veterans care hostage. I mean, Mark, why are they ignoring the American people?
Because they don't care, Gary. All they care about is their far-left progressive liberal agenda, an agenda that includes lawlessness, an agenda that puts everyday Americans' lives at risk because of violent, dangerous illegals that have entered our country. It's a policy that allows and advocates for boys playing in girls' sports, boys changing in girls' locker rooms. This isn't the United States of America. This is the beginning of a communist regime takeover of a third world type country by George Soros and the Democrats that he funds and supports, including AOC and, yes, Chuck Schumer.
Now, you've been to Iraq. You've seen the sacrifices that our troops make. 1.3 million troops will work without pay during this shutdown. What message does that send to our military families, and what type of national security message is this?
Well, number one, talk about debilitating for these military families who are already suffering and going through enough. People forget that the families pay a large price too, without having their loved one who's oftentimes serving in harm's way. But the national security risk, you cannot calculate the risk that is right now. Gary, we're living in a very dangerous world. We've got nuclear powers wanting to start wars with each other. President Trump is literally stopping a war every month during his presidency since January. This is a deliberate strategy, not only to turn our major cities and our country upside down with violence, but this is also a deliberate strategy by the Democrats and George Soros to turn the world upside down, to take away the pay of our soldiers at a critical time in our country when our national security is at very serious risk.
How does this affect morale for troops?
It's horrible. It's horrible for morale for troops, and my heart and my thoughts and my prayers go out to them and to their families. What kind of message does this send when they're in harm's way, when we're literally every day on the verge of a World War III? But thanks to President Trump and his leadership, he is a president of peace. But imagine standing on the front lines, having weapons pointed in your direction, and your Democratic leaders in Congress say, "We don't want you to get paid. We want illegals to get their health care." Again, this is illegals first, America last.
Now, Mark, Republicans, they want a clean funding extension that Democrats have supported 13 times before. What has changed right now to make them suddenly demand open borders and transgender policies?
I mean, it really is amazing that they've had no problem supporting these types of continuing resolutions in the past. In fact, Gary, last time Democrats worked with Republicans to make sure that the government stayed open. But what's the difference this time? Donald Trump and his Make America Great Again policy. Again, this is Trump derangement syndrome. They don't want America to win. They don't want America to be safe. They want lawlessness. They want chaos out in the streets. They want migrants entering our country and wreaking havoc in our cities. Think about this. In Chicago, the Chicago public school system put out an email to teachers saying that regardless of how a migrant student's doing, an illegal student's doing in class, you have to pass them. So if that's what they're doing at the local level, you have to give them passing grades. What are they doing at the national level? They're shutting down the government to make sure that they can secure those tens of millions of votes of illegals.
It's insane. Mark, as someone who's covered Illinois politics extensively, is this the same playbook that Democrats use at the state level, manufacture crisis for radical demands?
Absolutely. I mean, think about the lawlessness that's happening in the streets of Chicago. It's a war zone. And what do the Democratic leaders want to do? They want to deny it. Gary, just the other day, a 6-year-old boy, I put this on my ex, a 6-year-old boy was shot while riding in the back seat of his parents' car because of gang wars and erupting, and he's now recovering in the hospital. What do his Democratic leaders try and do? They try and cover that up. And so this playbook is not only a local and state playbook, it's a national and international playbook. And the players are all the same. George Soros, progressive liberals, chaos, anarchy, migrants. The story is playing out exactly the same.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us with this update.
Thank you.
Mark Vargas has exposed the truth. Democrats shut down our government on orders from Soros-funded radicals while troops work without pay and veterans lose services. Democrats demanding $1.5 trillion for illegals and woke policies. 65% of Americans oppose this. Republicans offer clean funding, but radical Democrats prefer chaos to compromise. Make sure you visit IllinoisReview.com for Mark's continued coverage of how the radical left is hijacking our government. When Soros groups dictate shutdowns and our military suffers for partisan politics, it's time to hold Democrats accountable. So thank you, Mark, again, for exposing this radical shutdown scheme. Democrats just shut down the federal government. So that was Mark Vargas. And we've got a lot more to get into. Here's a nice meme for you. A little palate cleanser. The Mexican word of the day is defense. If we don't give illegals free health care, they will go back over defense and we will lose our voters. The memes are all over the place. Democrats shut down WIC food assistance programs for moms and children could run out of funds if the shutdown persists. Man, they need those Democrat voters, don't they? Caroline Levitt writes, CNN's ratings are in the toilet because they're a propaganda machine for Democrats. Here are the actual facts. Democrats shut down the federal government to try to give taxpayer-funded benefits to illegals. The funding proposal put forward by the Democrats would result in nearly $200 billion in spending on illegal aliens and other non-citizens over the next decade. Democrats' America Last proposal will repeal provisions in the Working Families Tax Cuts signed into law by President Trump that take on waste, fraud, and abuse and block illegals from receiving health care benefits. The Democrat proposal intentionally allows for Medicaid to go to those improperly granted asylum and parole during Joe Biden's illegal alien invasion. The Democrat proposal would also require Medicaid to pay more for emergency care provided to illegal aliens than Medicaid does for American patients who are disabled, elderly, or children. Allow California to continue a gimmick that funds its Medicaid for Illegals program and reinstate a special Obamacare subsidy for non-citizens that low-income American citizens are not even eligible for. Here is the press secretary urging moderate Democrats to just simply step up.
Legislative affairs. As the vice president said at the White House press briefing yesterday, he and our legislative affairs shop and the president himself continue to be in very important discussions with these moderate Democrats and also with our allies, Senate Republicans, who have good relationships with these moderates. And they know what the right thing to do is. They just lack the courage to do it. But they need to step up and they need to vote for this clean continuing resolution to keep the government open that they voted for as recently as March, that they voted for 13 times previously in the past. So there is zero excuse for them to shut down our government right now, and they know it. And very soon, the American people and their constituents back home in states from New Hampshire to Nevada to Arizona to Florida are going to start feeling the pinch of this Democrat-led shutdown. We have millions of troops who are currently going without pay. We have women, children, and infants who cannot apply for a very important WIC program for that critical food and life assistance. And you also look at air traffic controllers who are now having to work without pay. These are critical consequences, and it's the Democrats' fault. And they have a chance to reverse course, and they should.
Of course, they're going to continue to hold America hostage. Here's Hakeem Jeffries. He's still triggered over the memes. A reporter asking him about them.
Dynamic, and given the way that the president has been tweeting memes about you, has been, in your words and the words of Democrats, already dismantling healthcare, what makes you think that he will negotiate anything? What makes you think that he and Republicans will cave to you?
Public sentiment. At the end of the day, the public knows that Donald Trump and Republicans have shut the federal government down and that they're continuing to engage in the chaos and the cruelty and the corruption that we've seen from this administration from day one of the presidency. Again, this is the first week of their shutdown, but we've had months of chaos and cruelty unleashed on the American people. And the American people are paying close attention. And they know that it was...
Yeah, we are paying attention, buddy. We know you guys are the ones to blame. Don't gaslight us.
Donald Trump and Republicans who have shut the government down. They also know that House Democrats are fighting and Senate Democrats are fighting to protect the health care of the American people, because the Republican health care crisis has been devastating to people all across the country, devastating to working class Americans, devastating to rural America, to urban America, to the heartland of America, to small town America, and to black and brown communities all across America.
Okay, just get your sombrero, bro. Senate Republicans just posted this a couple hours ago. The government needs to remain open and working for the American people. Senate Democrats need to quit the partisan grandstanding and vote to reopen the government.
And Chuck Schumer, why are we in a Schumer shutdown? I think we all know the answer to that. Because Chuck Schumer is scared of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And Chuck Schumer is scared of his radical left-wing base. The Democrats need to pass the House's 7-week funding bill. Until then, there's nothing to negotiate. There's no compromises to be had. There's no gangs. There's no back channels.
It is the Schumer shutdown, and they are going to own it. Caroline Leavitt did a gaggle outside of the White House because they're still working in the White House. Eric Doherty writes that the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt just dropped the mic on this reporter. Reporter says it's against the law for illegals to get those benefits. Listen to this.
But they to undocumented immigrants, even though it's against the law for them to get these benefits. I know there's some debate about law-free presence.
Do you think that illegal aliens should receive Medicaid benefits? Medicaid benefits that go to the most vulnerable people.
I didn't ask about benefits, and that's a debate.
Medicaid benefits that were designed to help low-income families and Americans in our country.
But they can't receive them.
So what the Biden administration did, Gabe, is they allowed tens of millions of illegal aliens from all over the world
parole and temporary
to come
protected
into our
status.
country. Yes, and they paroled them into the system. And you cover immigration, and you know well, it was a complete abuse of our immigration
but my
system.
question
and they
isn't
slapped a Band-Aid on these illegals. They called it temporary protective status, and then they allowed those illegals from all over the world to get free benefits. And you know who would like free benefits?
I understand that point,
Hardworking Americans who work their butts off every day, who are living paycheck to paycheck because of the Biden-induced inflation crisis. And there were higher wait times at hospitals under the Biden administration. We saw these illegals committing crimes all over our country, and they're getting things for free. That is fundamentally unfair, and this administration
but for the ER to undocumented immigrants.
Caroline Leavitt, mic drop. Let's see. Caitlin Collins. I can't believe the Trump administration is doubling down with the memes.
That video. So we played sound from Vice President Vance, not just defending that AI racist video of Minority Leader Jeffries wearing a sombrero, but also like celebrating that video. And it was playing on a loop in the briefing room today. What are you hearing from the inside about that?
It was not only just playing on a loop in the briefing room. If you've never been in the press briefing room, for those who haven't, there are loudspeakers overhead so you can hear announcements or what's being said, or if there's an event going on with the president in the Rose Garden, for example. They were playing that mariachi music as well over the loudspeakers for all the press that was coming in and out of the White House today inside the press briefing room. It just kind of gives you a window, John, into how they're dealing with this and how they believe they have the upper hand when it comes to the messaging here, and also kind of how things have changed from the first time Donald Trump was in office. I mean, there was a shutdown then. I remember all 35 days of it. As the president said at the beginning, he'd be proud to shut the government down. And then it ended, obviously, with him not getting the money for his border wall. This time, you know, there's a moment here. They're being heavily criticized over these posts by the president, by Democrats. And instead of backing off or apologizing for it, they're leaning into it, and they're playing the music over loudspeakers and on repeat inside the briefing room because they simply don't care about that criticism.
All right, Caitlin Collins.
That's right, man. They are rubbing it in. Here we have a tourist who couldn't get into an Illinois National Park site due to the Democrat government shutdown. They write, do your jobs. Senator Durbin and Senator Duckworth reopen the government. This is Kim Hessel. This looks like local Chicago.
I don't understand why they allow things to get this far and you know, at the expense of the people that can't afford to lose the check.
I just wish they would do their job. We're paying a lot of money for taxes.
I don't understand.
Yeah, do your job, man. Hakeem Jeffries regrets going on CNN. Jake Tapper embarrassing him. Oh boy, this should be good.
Extending the Obama.
Donald Trump blessed it as well.
So let me ask you about a provision that the Republicans are talking about quite a bit. I know you want to talk about, and Democrats want to talk about, extending the Obamacare subsidies, which expire at the end of 2025. But they talk about the provisions, and it's right here, subtitle E, and this has to do with the repeal of health care subtitle changes, and specifically what it is. They're how they characterize it is you want to give health insurance to undocumented immigrants. I understand that's not really an accurate depiction, but what it does do is...
It's a lie.
It's a lie, but what you support does bring back funding for emergency Medicaid to hospitals, some of which does pay for undocumented immigrants and people who don't have health insurance. And also there is this provision, and it's not about undocumented immigrants, it's about people with asylum seekers and people with temporary protected status, et cetera, but about their ability to get Medicaid. So they're non-citizens, they're not undocumented, they're not illegal. Why even include that in a bill, knowing that they're going to seize right upon that and use that to message? I understand that
Donald Trump blessed it as well.
Wow. CNN giving it to Hakeem. Remember this moment? This is classic. This has been circulating today. Remember back in 2020, every single Democrat running for president raised their hand in support of health care for illegal aliens. This is 2020. What year are we in now? 2025. Talk about trying to buy voters.
Plan would provide. Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay. Let me raise your hand if government.
That says it all. That says it all right there. Illegal aliens. They're all raising their hand to give them health care that you pay for. I don't know how the Democrat Party is going to survive any of this. Laura Loomer writes, don't let Democrats gaslight you thinking they don't advocate for free health care for illegal aliens, even when they're caught on video. Okay, so they're going to play the video again. Let's listen.
Show of hands question.
I haven't heard anybody in my party saying that illegal immigrants should get access to the health insurance marketplace.
I'm so glad you said that. Actually, I have some tape of your Democratic Party members saying this on the debate stage. So they've all said it. Let's play the clip.
Ooh. A lot of you have been talking tonight about these government.
Hang on, did you see her face? Oh, this is good. She gets called out. I'm going to play back in slow motion because it's so gold. All right, watch. Okay, here, ready?
Democratic Party members saying this on the debate stage, so they've all said, let's play the clip.
Oh, look at her face. She closes her eyes. She's like, oh, man. Yeah, I just got burned. Oh. Yeah, the internet is forever, honey.
A lot of you have been talking tonight about these government health care plans that you've proposed in one form or another. This is a show of hands question, and hold them up for a moment so people can see. Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Senator, that's literally every member of your party, from moderate to more progressive, that have said that in the past.
I haven't heard anybody in my party saying that.
I wish the clip was longer. Oh, I would love to see how she tries to talk her way out of that one, but you can't. Trump War Room says, nice eyebrows to Shuri Thandar. 24 hours ago, he posted, House Republican won't be back to D.C. until October 7th. Looks like the government will remain shut down until then for sure. My offices are open.
Returning back to Detroit this morning after the Republicans failed to show up in the U.S. House. We got to make sure Americans have the health care that they need. And if that means we got to shut this government down, so be it. Returning back to...
Yeah, no, the eyebrows are kind of scary. Like, are those tattooed on? Are those painted on? Like, what's going on here, guys? Help me out and help me out in the comments here. I'm trying to fix... Oh, my goodness. Oh, by the way, that alien spacecraft that's barreling towards space, at least that's what they're calling it. It's 3I Atlas. NASA is not updating its status due to lapse in federal funding, so I guess the alien invasion is just going to happen by surprise now. A new message that has appeared on the NASA website. Due to the lapse in federal government funding, NASA is not updating this website. This is on the 3i Atlas page. Sorry, we can't track the alien invasion now. Oh, what else do we have here? I mean, this is just... Oh, President Trump. Yeah, baby, let's go. MJ Truth Ultra posting this 8 hours ago. There was a memo going around suggesting there would be mass firings in the U.S. government. Will that happen? Oh, yeah, baby, let's go.
Projects that there was an OMB memo going around suggesting that there might be firings during the shutdown. Do you think that will happen if the shutdown goes for a little bit of time, sir?
Well, there could be firings, and that's their fault. And it could also be other things. I mean, we could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut. So you could say, a lot of people are saying Trump wanted this, that I wanted this closing, and I didn't want it. But a lot of people are saying it because I'm allowed to cut things that should have never been approved in the first place. And I will probably do that.
I will probably do that. The White House leading report writes, likely to fire thousands of federal employees during the lockdown. Yes, the swamp drains itself. What else have we got here? Democrats shut down Margot Martin. Let's see. This is the AOC staging a coup on Chuck Schumer, holding the party hostage. AOC's, I am the captain now. This is Jesse Waters. Check this out.
And negotiate with me.
Buckle up. The Democrats are staging another coup.
I saw some Republican members of Congress saying, oh, well, if we have this shutdown, it's because of AOC. Well, if that's the case, my office is open and you are free to walk in and negotiate with me directly.
AOC is announcing, I'm captain now, and told Schumer to walk the plank. Chuck, did you hear that?
The Schumer shutdown. What do you say about that name?
Oh, yeah.
Senator Schumer, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
Senator Schumer, can you hear me? I don't think Senator Schumer can hear me right now. Maybe the government shutdown included audio on Capitol Hill.
Do we even need to hear from Chuck? Because AOC is the shot caller. She told Chuck to shut it down, and he did. He shut it down so he can keep his job.
Chuck Schumer is terrified she's going to get a primary challenge from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The reason why the American people's government is shut down is because Chuck Schumer is listening to the far-left radicals in his own party because he's terrified of a primary challenge.
The White House posted this picture of Schumer as a hot dog.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, it's kosher. We also hope Chuck grills dogs better than burgers. Speaking of barbecue, what's up with his hands?
Whoa.
Did he burn them on the grill? Democrats don't have a political party, but at least they have a Halloween party. Chuck's dressed as a hot dog, AOC's a pirate, and Hakeem's wearing a sombrero. Nancy didn't get the invite, and now she's rhymes with hissed.
There was a thought from the Republicans that AOC is directing this, and she said that senators are welcome to go to her office directly. Is she driving that?
Why are you saying such a ridiculous thing?
I'm just quoting what AOC said. She said go to her office directly. Do you think there's any credibility to that?
She's not directing this. She's wonderful. She's a real...
Nancy Pelosi. Everyone triggered over there. Wes Moore. A prerequisite to keeping the government open. What is it?
A prerequisite to keeping the government open should not be cutting people off of health care. A prerequisite for keeping the government open should not be forcing people to have their premiums jump. So on behalf of the 6.5 million Marylanders, my message to President Trump is clear. Stop this shutdown.
Well, the Democrats can. They just cross the aisle and pass that continuing resolution. Everything would be just fine. Here's Secretary Rollins.
For clearly, this is a radical Democrat shutdown for radical Democrat reasons, driven by a radical Democrat, Chuck Schumer. And the Schumer shutdown means that, as per usual, here we go, right? It's putting illegal aliens first. It's opening the borders. It's giving benefits to those who cross our border illegally. It's weakening national defense. It's abandoning our farmers. It's sort of one thing after another with these Democrats. And here we are again. I mean, to your point, we've, done this 13 times. We've had a clean CR. The government has continued. Negotiations are fine. Our vice president said that yesterday, willing to always negotiate. But to hold our farmers hostage, our mothers and children hostage under WIC, all of these government programs are coming to a screeching halt, many of which are administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The Democrats they've completely lost their mind once again. Clearly.
Once again, they've lost their mind. If you got value from this report, tab subscribe. My final thought is next. So Democrats shut down our government on orders from Soros-funded radicals while troops work without pay and veterans lose services. Democrats demanding $1.5 trillion for illegals and woke policies. 65% of Americans oppose this. Republicans offer clean funding, but radical Democrats prefer chaos to compromise. Make sure you visit IllinoisReview.com for Mark Vargas' continued coverage of how the radical left is hijacking our government. Because when Soros groups dictate shutdowns and our military suffers for partisan politics, it's time to hold the Democrats accountable. This is illegals first, America last. Border Patrol agents trying to stop violent crime go unpaid while Democrats fight for free health care for people who broke into our country. So here's my question. Should any member of Congress get paid while our troops work without paychecks? Drop a yes or no. Let's have a conversation in the comments. And while you're fired up, check out our merch shop. It's linked below. And show the world where you stand with real news, not fake narratives. Brian, what happened to that Zoom? All right. No distractions during the show. You know the rules. This is priority. Okay. You tell that person who called you to call me. All right. Let's get going here. We had quite a few super chats that came through in here. Okay, so you're the best. Inbred Outlook right number one because you're too important to fail. We need you. Thank you. Squeeze a lot. Drop in quite a few. If you shut down the government, you should have your insider trading profits drained to foot the bill first. This should not go unpunished. Squeeze a lot coming back with $2 saying, wall around the demon rats. Watch them scale it. And Squeeze a lot coming back with another $5. Is the parasite T. Cruzy worse than the political parasites in our government? Only time will tell. Parasite versus political parasite. Heather Reeve dropping $5. Home sweet home, Gary, Todd, and Bri. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's get on to our next topic. What's happening with these truckers? You hear about this? This is crazy. America is under siege from Chicago to Minneapolis, from Tennessee to Florida. The floodgates have been blasted open, and the truth is pouring out faster than the establishment media can cover it up. A trucking company in Chicago just fired 40 illegal drivers in a single day because law enforcement couldn't even communicate with them. No English, no papers, no business behind the wheel of 18-wheelers barreling down America's highway. This isn't an accident. This is a systemic infiltration. Governor DeSantis is asking the real questions while ICE agents rappel from Blackhawks to arrest gang members. What you're about to see proves the invasion is real and it's happening right now. And while Democrats pour billions into free health care for illegals, American seniors are getting scammed by confusing Medicare plans. Now, Medicare is confusing by design. Endless mailers, fine print, pushy sales calls. That's why most seniors end up on the wrong plan without even knowing it. And it's costing them thousands of dollars every year. And that's where Chapter comes in. Chapter makes Medicare simple. In less than 20 minutes, they will compare every single plan available, over 24,000 nationwide, and they will help you find the one that fits you. On average, seniors who work with Chapter save $1,100 a year. And here's what makes them different. Chapter's advisors are independent. They're salaried, not paid commissions to steer you into certain plans. That means they work for you and not the insurance companies. The call's completely free. And if you're already on the right plan, they'll tell you. No pressure, just peace of mind. And here's the thing. The annual enrollment period is here. That means right now is the time to make sure you are not overpaying or stuck in the wrong plan for another year. So don't wait. Call Chapter today. The number's on the screen. It's 910-728-4109. Again, 910-728-4109. You can also visit askchapter.org/next. It's linked down below. But the fastest way is to pick up the phone and call 910-728-4190 right now. So this is really scary when you think about it. You're driving down the highway. You're on a family trip. You're surrounded by semis. Or maybe you're just going to work. You're commuting into the city. You're going down the 90, right? You're heading west. Maybe you're leaving work. Semis all around you. You don't know who's driving them. This is in Chicago. This just happened in Chicago. A trucking company fired 40 truck drivers in a day. Their drivers kept getting pulled over, and law enforcement couldn't communicate with them because they only spoke foreign languages. They were all illegals. Can you believe this? Multiple drivers, quote, multiple drivers were pulled over in some of the western states, and the DOT officers were not able to hold a conversation with the driver. They were put out of service. Their driver's fitness score skyrocketed. It's a big problem. Look at this.
Anything. 40 truck drivers fired in one day. Can you guess the reason why? One trucking company in Chicago had their safety manager spend about 2 weeks calling every single driver in the company. The safety manager is American born, so he was just having casual conversation with each driver about anything. And if the driver had no idea what they were talking about, they went automatically on the fire list. The reason why is that they started getting a lot of out-of-service violations. So a couple of drivers were pulled over in some of the western states, and the DOT officers were not able to hold a conversation with the driver. They were put out of service, and their driver fitness score skyrocketed. So that's a big problem for a company. So in order to take every precaution possible, and in order to avoid a DOT audit or a shutdown or being blocked by brokers, they decided to get rid of every driver that doesn't speak English. So now they're looking for truck drivers. If you speak advanced English, if you are a green card holder or a US citizen, you have clean driving background, more than 2 years experience, go to my website, drivernest.com, fill out your driver profile, and right now I have jobs available in dry van for 60 cents a mile, reefer and reefer hazmat for 65-70 cents a mile.
I mean, do you guys remember that story when that illegal driver made that illegal U-turn and an entire family was killed when their minivan went right underneath it? Killed them all. And here you have an example. 40 drivers just taken off the road. Thank God. Now, that would have happened under the Biden administration because the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, said, no. English, you must speak English. You have to know how to read the signs. We don't even realize how bad it's been. Let's check in here.
Supporting mass deportation of people who are not.
They'll take you too. They don't really care.
Excuse, why do you think they're going to take me too?
Because you have brown skin.
That's pretty racist. I'm an American citizen.
Doesn't matter.
So you think I'm going to get deported?
You could.
So this woman right here thinks I'm going to get deported because I'm a brown woman. That's an extremely racist thing to say, ma'am.
No, the racist people are...
No, you're the racist because you just came up to me and said I'm going to get deported because I'm brown. How dare you? How dare you sit here and speak to me because of my skin tone? No, I don't need to be careful. Guess what? I voted for Donald Trump because he's a president of law and order, and I've actually met him. He's very nice. And it's racist like you who stand here and tell me that I'm going to get deported because I'm brown. How dare you? This is the average white liberal right here. How dare you?
How dare I?
Yes, how dare you?
How dare I?
So you're coming up here and you're telling me that I'm going to get deported because I'm brown.
Mass deportation. You're supporting mass deportation.
I'm an American citizen. So yes, I am supporting mass deportation of people who are not American citizens.
I'm Catholic.
Congratulations. Are you an American citizen?
Yeah. None of your business.
So you are an American citizen, clearly.
None of your business.
I'm not going to get deported. You're not going to get deported. But how dare you stand here and tell me that I'm going to get deported?
Those are true.
So you, an American citizen, are going to get deported.
Potentially.
How?
Ras Baraka is an American citizen. He was just arrested.
Why was he arrested?
By ICE.
Why was he arrested?
Because he was targeted by ICE.
Because he was charged with trespassing.
You're a very sad individual.
Why?
Because you're trying to take advantage of real people's pain.
Sweetheart, you are the one with blue hair right now, a whole ass adult standing outside of a detention facility calling people Nazis in 2025.
That's because this is Nazi behavior.
And you don't think that it was racist for your white friend here to come up to me and tell me I was going to get deported because I'm brown?
They'll take you too.
Man, Savannah
really
Hernandez, baby, for the win. And speaking of winning, let's check in with the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, and his mic drop moment.
Of illegal, we were going to be reimbursed. But here's the thing. I love how the media will say, well, how much does it cost to house a detainee? They never ask, what's the cost of illegal immigration? How much does it cost schools? How much does it cost hospitals? How much does it cost the criminal justice system, our jails, our prisons if people are committing crimes? What's the cost to families that have been victimized by criminal aliens? They never talk about those costs. And so what we're doing, yes, we're going to get reimbursed, but we're saving costs on our society by enforcing the rule of law. And so what we're doing is leading the nation. We're doing the right thing. We'll also have zero tolerance in Florida for attacks against any law enforcement, but particularly ICE personnel. You try that here, you're going to have the book thrown at you, and you're going to regret that you didn't do it. Florida's not Portland. That's not how we roll, and we respect and protect the people that enforce the laws on our behalf. Yes, sir.
There you go. How much does it cost to keep all those illegals in our nation? Oh, Shakira. This is crazy. Shakira, you know, the singer, says living in the U.S. as an immigrant is living with constant fear. Derek Evans notes she has a net worth of around $400 million. If things are that bad, then leave, he says. GTFO of my country or sit down and STFU. Oh boy. Shakira, really? You're going to be complaining?
The hard work of an immigrant in the U.S. it means living in constant fear. And it's painful to see. I just hope that they can be treated and that we all can be treated under principles of equity and freedom. Those same principles that shaped this nation and so many other big, powerful nations in the world have been shaped by the hard work of immigrants. What I worry the most is that this country, as well as many other countries that have issues with immigration, find a humane solution to those issues. For an immigrant,
we found a solution. It's a human solution. It requires humans deporting them. Oh yeah, Shakira, cry me a river. Oh, do you hear about this? The Maryland dad? Yeah, that poor victim. Yeah. Kilmore Garcia's final order of deportation is upheld. He's going to have a new address and a number on his chest, his jumpsuit in Uganda. He's going to Uganda. What's he going to do? Start an MS-13 gang there? Good luck, buddy. I'll have more on that later. But the Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, this is the language of the left, guys. This is the language of the left. These guys are so delusional.
Filed suit against. In Minneapolis, we don't look at them as undocumented immigrants. We look at them as our neighbors. We love them. They make our city a better place. And
No. You mean your voters. Your illegal voters. Your illegal voting bloc. That's what you meant to say, right?
Immigrants, we look at them as our neighbors. We love them. They make our city a better place. And while the Trump administration has clearly filed suit against us, we will fight it with every bit of our strength. We have an extremely strong case. This ordinance, which is our separation ordinance, is in compliance with the law. And so we're going to fight this one in court, and we're going to win.
Yeah, you can fight these nuts, bro. How about that? Oh, yeah. Let's check back in with the vice president. There are, I mean, this is like, we're talking about deporting all these illegals here. ICE is taking control, kicking them out. The Democrats are freaking out because they're losing voters. The vice president breaks it down.
Citizens, you've been to about illegal alien benefits. Look, the text is very clear, and I even saw, I think it was George Stephanopoulos in an interview with Mike Johnson, did a fact check that was totally rooted in baseless claims. It was basically Democrat propaganda. If you look at the legislative text that they gave us, they tried to turn on two separate provisions that would give health care benefits to illegal aliens. Number one, if you're an American citizen, you've been to a hospital in the last few years, you probably noticed that wait times are especially large, and very often somebody who's there in the emergency room waiting is an illegal alien, very often a person who can't even speak English. Why do those people get health care benefits at hospitals paid for by American citizens? The answer is a decision made by the Biden administration that the Trump administration, working with congressional Republicans, undid. We turned off that money spigot to health care funding for illegal aliens. The Democrats, in their legislative text, want to turn it back on. That's one thing. The second thing, Matt, is we all know that there are various ways in which the Biden administration waived away illegal immigration status. They gave parolees. They gave asylum claims to people who weren't really claiming asylum. And when they waved the magic wand of amnesty, giving millions of people legal status even though they were in the country illegally, they also gave those people access to health care benefits. So what the Democrats are engaging in is a sleight of hand. They're saying, no. Those weren't illegal aliens who were getting health care benefits, even though everybody, knows they were in the country illegally. It's a lie told by the Democrats that they're not trying to give health care benefits to illegal aliens. It's a lie that is obviously untrue if you just look at the text that they gave us. And all you have to do is understand that this is about who benefits. We think the American people's government ought to benefit American citizens. The Democrats are willing to shut it down to benefit illegal aliens. The contrast couldn't be more clear. About illegal alien benefits.
You know, he's looking more and more presidential by the day, guys. What do you think? Let's keep going. We got more. It's all coming out. Wall Street Apes writes, we just figured out how Minnesota has been taken over by the Muslim community. Nearly half of all immigrants in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Twin Cities were found to have committed some form of immigration fraud. This is an illegal invasion. Listen to this, guys.
Involving more than 9. Since September 19th, officers from our Fraud Detection and National Security Directorate, working in teams, have conducted over 1,000 site visits across the Minneapolis-St. Paul area as part of this operation. What they found should shock all of America. Focusing on a list of over 1,000 target cases involving more than 900 individuals, our officers encountered blatant marriage fraud, visa overstays, people claiming to work at businesses that can't be found, forged documents, abuse of the H-1B visa system, abuse of the F-1 visas, and many other discrepancies. Over the course of the operation, our officers found indication of fraud, non-compliance, or public safety and national security concerns in nearly a little less than 50% of the cases interviewed. Since September 19th,
immigration fraud running rampant in Minneapolis. Is this justice? An illegal alien with a shady record ends up as superintendent of an entire school district, and of course, a blue city. We've been tracking this for a couple days now. More news is surfacing.
Dre Roberts. We have to talk about this Des Moines, Iowa public school thing. Wow, just amazing how someone like this illegal alien could get this job around children, and then people are literally fighting for him to keep it. So this guy's name is Ian Andre Roberts. He's an illegal alien from Guyana, and he was in possession of a loaded handgun, $3,000 in cash, and he also had a fixed blade hunting knife at the time of his arrest. But he was working at the Des Moines Public Schools as the superintendent. He's a criminal illegal alien working at a school. And he was an illegal alien, like I said, with a final order of removal, and he also had no work authorization. So again, how did he get into this? It beats me. But law enforcement essentially approached his vehicle. He sped away, and then they ended up catching him later on. But he had existing weapon possession charges from 2020. He entered the United States illegally on a student visa in 1999, and he stayed here ever since. He's making a ton of money. He's not even supposed to be here. And then this was the craziest part. There are protesters. Of course, they are rallying outside. They are so upset that this man, they're acting like he is just this, beacon of light and hope in their community, and they're so going to miss him. And they're protesting for his right to teach their kids when he's a criminal. He's a criminal who had a gun and a knife on him in school.
Yep. See, that's the left for you. Okay, so remember that story about that massive federal ICE raid in Chicago? 300 ICE agents. We got some more footage from that. This is from News Nation. Now, this did happen a couple days ago, but very, very dramatic raid.
That we've ever seen on the ground. Led 300 federal officials to that apartment complex. Some even rappelled down from Blackhawks onto the rooftop in order to help secure that perimeter. Now, they were searching for suspected members of the violent Venezuelan gang Tren De Aragua. Of course,
I mean, this is like an action movie we're watching here, but this is Chicago.
TVA has been designated as a terrorist organization under the Trump administration.
Look at this. I mean, go get them, boys.
And now it was the biggest show of force that we've ever seen on the ground here. We had agencies, FBI, Border Patrol, ICE, and ATF all involved here, and they were all looking for targets in that same exact building. It was a 5-story building. It was a tall task for them, and anything could have gone wrong. But luckily, the operations went pretty smoothly. Preliminary reports show that about 30 illegal immigrants were arrested in this operation, some of them suspected Tren De Aragua. Now, we talked with Chief Gregory Bovino, who's running the operations on the ground for many of these ops in Chicago, and he had some words for people that are pushing back against his operations. Take a listen.
How about you live in the apartment next door to Tren De Aragua members that are trafficking in prostitution, guns, drugs, and taking advantage of American citizens in a violent way? Why don't you live next to them and then see how much of a Gestapo or a Nazi we are?
Led 300 federal officials
to terrorizing American citizens, taking over apartment buildings, and people are protesting that. Here we have this. This is 48 hours ago. CBS reporter Ouija. Undocumented immigrants are not eligible for health care subsidies. Can you clarify what you're talking about?
Legal.
President, undocumented immigrants.
We actually do have time for that.
They're not eligible for the health care subsidies that Democrats are demanding. So can you clarify, what are you talking about when you say Democrats want to protect their health care? eligible for the health care subsidies that Democrats are demanding. So can you clarify, what are you talking about when you say Democrats want to protect their health care?
So when an illegal person comes in, a person who came into our country illegally, therefore breaking the law, and look, we all have big hearts. I have a bigger heart than you do. They're all breaking the law, and they're coming into our country.
I have a bigger heart than you do. That's what he's saying to the CBS reporter. Saying she has a tiny heart. I'm sorry. President Trump, he just has a way with words, doesn't he?
And we just, as a country, cannot afford to take care of millions of people who have broken the law coming in. We want them to come into our country, but we want them to come in legally. Now we have a strong border, very strong border, thanks to Christie and Tom Homan and the whole group. They've done an amazing job at the border. I mean, we had a border that was reckless. We had a border that was a disaster. They were coming in by the millions. I say 25 million people. You're saying less, but I say 25 million people came in illegally. And no system can take care of the health care of all of those people that came.
President. It's called, you know what it's called, guys? It's called common sense. It's common sense. Here is a massive smuggling ring that was exposed. Pam Bondi, DOJ just hit an $18 million border smuggling network, children included.
Illegal aliens. Just this week, Joint Task Force Alpha took 4 major enforcement actions. Right here in Tampa, we unsealed the indictment charging 12 defendants operating a massive illegal smuggling ring. The defendants engaged in a conspiracy to bring illegal aliens from Cuba to the U.S. for profit. They coached their clients, including children who came to airports alone, came to our country alone, were put on planes for connecting flights, lied to Border Patrol agents due to coaching and law enforcement. They charged up to $40,000 per victim. They used Zelle to transfer over $7 million over the course of this scheme, and I believe had profits, cash of over $18 million.
Wow. $17 million. Transferring it via Zelle. How convenient. No fees. Folks, let's take a look here. Hillary Clinton. Remember this? Hillary Clinton. Back in the day, this looks like it was, I don't have a date on this, but clearly, long time ago, Hillary Clinton, deport any illegal alien who committed a crime. The left would call her a far-right extremist now.
Because you came here. So I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes. And you have to try to learn English. And you have to wait in line.
Oh, my goodness. Democrats are such snakes, aren't they? I mean, when you find clips like this, when they're saying the complete polar opposite of what they're saying now, it shows you they have no integrity, they have no consistency, they have no spine, they have no truth. These people are pure snakes, deceivers. I'm looking at this footage and listen, I hear it, I don't know how anyone in the right mind could even think they can get away with this. But that's why we're here. We're here to expose every single one of these people. From Chuck Schumer, Hillary Clinton, all of them. It's insane. It just blows my mind, guys. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. I want to make sure I got everything covered here. Looks like we did. Yeah, Elon Musk responded to that. Funny to think that Bill Clinton's policies when he was president were essentially MAGA. That's how Elon Musk closes it out, man. That's hilarious. Bill Clinton's policies were essentially MAGA. Folks, the veil's lifting. The lies are collapsing, and the truth is breaking through. America isn't just dealing with immigration. We're dealing with a foreign invasion aided and abetted by domestic traitors in high office. Chicago, firing 40 illegal truckers who can't speak English. Minneapolis admits half of their immigrants committed fraud. DeSantis asks what this invasion really cost our families, while Shakira sits on $400 million crying about her fear. Meanwhile, real Americans fear their kids overdosing on fentanyl or losing their jobs to people who broke our laws to get here. Even Hillary Clinton once demanded we deport criminal illegals. Now that same position gets you called an extremist. ICE agents are literally rappelling from helicopters to catch gang members, while Democrats call them neighbors. Here's my question for you. Should states have the power to deport illegals when the feds refuse? Drop a yes or no in the comments. Let's have a conversation and grab our American badass gear. It's linked down below, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, and show the world where you stand. God, these glasses keep falling. What, Brian? Yeah, I forgot to read that part. I know. I recognize it. That was my fault. These glasses, I gotta figure something out. Something's wrong with these glasses. I think they're too loose or they keep falling off. Oh, Craig drops $10. What's up, Craig? We're at $59.00 right now. The goal is 100. Craig dropping 10, getting us there. Nebraska reporting for duty. God bless all patriots here. Thanks, Gary, for all that you do. And Squeeze a Lot dropping $7. Y'all have a safe evening. Good night, Gary and 3 crew and fellow patriots. See what is unseen and always hunt information. It is a patriotic duty. Yes, yes, it is. And let's see what else we got going on. We got more news. Don't go anywhere. We got to talk about this Project 2025 thing that's going on. This is wild. Remember they were screaming about Project 2025? Oh my goodness, Project 2025. It's the Nazi playbook. Buckle up. Let's see here. Do we have that? Where is that? Okay, Todd, where's that? Wasn't there a clip of Trump in the Oval talking about getting fired? Firing all those people in the federal government? I thought that there was. Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Okay, I guess it was. Okay, this is a montage of 3 clips. Okay. All right. Okay, I want to make sure we had that because I remember seeing it. It just didn't. I was looking for a different tweet. Okay. The Democrats thought they're... Wait, Brian, you got to zoom out, man. That's too close on my face. What's up, Inbred Outlook? Dropping $50. You're going to get all my soundboard tonight right now.
How dare you? You said people gonna die?
Man, Inbred Outlook dropping $50. Get you there tonight because I love you guys. Damn. $109 now. I love it. I love it, guys. Thank you. Man, Brian, we need more soundboard. I need more cowbell. What do I got to do to get more cowbell around here? Give me a list of sound effects. Give me a list of sound effects, guys, in the comments, in the chat. What are the sound effects do we need? This is my favorite.
You said people gonna die?
We need the "you're fired" one. We definitely need that one for sure. More cowbell. Soundboard needs farts, a ding-dong, a whip. The intro. So I have to use a different keypad that's going to be connected directly to the vMix machine. And then vMix will trigger it. Mariachi music, a cash register, okay. Thunder rolls, a trumpet. What? Yeah. A thunderstorm. You're fired. A laser horn. What the hell's a laser horn? What else? A swamp? No. The sound of handcuffs clinking? I don't think that would be too obvious, though. A get her done? Sound cowbell? You're fired. Let's go, Brandon. Oh, that would be great. Let's go, Brandon. Macho Man? The Michael Jordan Stop It meme. What's that? I don't know. A kookaburra? Kookaburra. My kids say that. A train sound, crickets. Man, we got to write these down. Liberal tears. Someone crying. Yes, someone whining. Yeah, we need that. I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah. Show me the money. Oh, yeah, dude. Holy cow, man. Someone's got to go into the chat and like catalog this. Dude. Oh, yeah, I'm your Huckleberry. Oh, Todd, please, Todd. Loud barnyard rooster. Samuel Jackson. A fart sound. Okay. Stella. Stella! Another one of these damn kids jumped in front of my car. A mariachi. How about Great Scott? Great Scott! What else? We're losing viewers, man. People are like, man, Franchi, just get to the freaking news. I'm not here for your soundboard. Okay. All right, fine. You win. The Democrats thought their shutdown would break Donald Trump. Instead, they just handed him the perfect opportunity to launch Project 2025. While Schumer and his Soros puppeteers orchestrated this crisis to protect their radical agenda, Trump is turning their own weapon against them. For months, his inner circle has been preparing to drain the swamp, cut the metastasizing bureaucracy, gut the agencies Democrats use as political weapons, and fire the unelected resistance. And now, with the government shut down by Democrat obstruction, Trump is using the crisis to accelerate the plan. Yes, meeting with Project 2025 mastermind Russ Vought. The deep state played right into his hands, so don't go anywhere. The Democrats shut down the government thinking that they'd protect their bureaucratic empire. Big mistake. While they play political games, smart Americans focus on building personal strength. The establishment wants you weak and dependent on their broken systems. Fight back with real results. Studies prove that collagen transforms skin, joints, and vitality. I use Ageless Multi-Collagen daily. Smoother skin, fewer wrinkles, stronger joints. It's not vanity. It's taking control of what you can actually change while Washington burns. Get 51% off at healthwithgary.com right now. Free coaching, skin guide, and, of course, shipping's included. Democrats create chaos. You create strength. Visit healthwithgary.com. Link below. Uh-oh. Caitlin Collins. Breaking. President Trump to meet with Project 2025 mastermind Russ Vought to begin cutting massive numbers of federal jobs and agencies. This is what I voted for.
You heard mentioned in the previous segment might not be a household name. Russ Vought, who you heard mentioned in the previous segment, might not be a household name, but he's the president's budget chief, and he has an extensive amount of power here in Washington. Within the first 24 hours of this shutdown, Vought announced that the cancellation of nearly $8 billion that he said was fueling Democrats' climate agenda across 16 states, all of which happen to be home to Democratic senators who voted against the Republican bill to keep the government open.
Oh wait, Caitlin, you didn't read the whole tweet, Caitlin. He says nearly $8 billion in green news scam funding to fuel the left's climate agenda is being canceled. Yeah, baby. The projects in the following states: California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Maine, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. Bro got 1.6 million views on that. Okay, Caitlin, back to you.
Vote also announced the cancellation of roughly $18 billion of infrastructure funds for two key projects in New York City, as two New York Democrats are leading their party through.
You left out the key point again, Caitlin. Roughly $18 billion in New York City infrastructure projects have been put on hold to ensure funding is not flowing based on unconstitutional DEI principles. See how convenient they leave out the substance and the reasoning behind the decision? But that's CNN.
This shutdown battle. That is the Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, and the House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries. During a surprise appearance in the White House briefing room this afternoon, the Vice President, J.D. Vance, was asked if he believes this amounts to political pressure.
The timing of this, does announcing that today mean that you guys are going to squeeze Chuck Schumer's home state until he blinks?
Look, I haven't talked to Russ about this morning, but look, I'm sure that Russ is heartbroken about the fact that he's unable to give certain things to certain constituencies.
Russ Vogt,
Yeah.
who you heard mentioned.
Oh, Caitlin, you conveniently leave out key facts. Now, on the left, they want you to think that this is a Trump shutdown. They want you to think that this is what he wanted. But see, what's interesting is when the left puts out these tweets, like this guy called the Maine Wonk, all right? He writes, yesterday on 3 separate occasions, Trump said he wanted a shutdown so he could get rid of programs Democrats like and fire Democrats working for the government. Okay. Yeah, so he wanted a shutdown. He's calling their bluff is what he's doing, dick.
A lot of good can come down from shutdowns. We can get rid of a lot of things that we didn't want, and they'd be Democrat things. We can do things during the shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. When you shut it down, you have to do layoffs, so we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected, and the Democrats, they're going to be Democrats.
They're going to be Democrats losing their job. Walter Kurt posting this from Matt Walsh. Today, President Trump once again reminded the Democrats that all of our plans were laid out in Project 2025. Check this out. This is Matt Walsh right after the election.
Seriousness, all jokes aside, I do want to get serious for just one moment and offer a word of encouragement to these people. It may seem funny to us, but they are truly worried that Donald Trump will be an evil dictator. And I think it'd be irresponsible and frankly pretty cruel of me if I didn't take a second to reassure them on that point. So, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, no, Donald Trump is not going to be an evil dictator. He's going to be a good dictator. So don't worry. Yes, Trump is going to be dictator for life. When he dies, his throne will be passed down to Baron Trump, and the Trump dynasty shall reign for 1,000 years. But it's all for your own good. Is Trump going to take away all of your rights? Absolutely not. Not all of them. You'll still have the right to agree with Trump and praise him always. Is Trump going to take away voting rights from women? Again, no. Women will have the right to vote for whoever their husbands tell them to vote for, which will always be Trump. Will Trump intentionally spray more CO2 into the air to cause more global warming, melt the ice caps intentionally, raise global temperatures to tropical levels? Yes, obviously. It's only the coastal states that voted against him in this election, and so now they must be drowned to pay for their sins. The rest of us get to enjoy warm summer weather all year round, so it's basically a win-win.
Oh, Matt Walsh, man. Making jokes over there. But that's basically what the left thinks President Trump's presidency is. As we stated earlier, this is breaking news. 1.5 million government employees are projected to be furloughed by tomorrow. President Trump, Christian Ziegler, posting this: Trump is ruthless against Democrats. Every R in America should follow his lead. Trump, I had a meeting today with Russ Vought. He of Project 2025 fame. I remember driving around Chicago and seeing billboards, and they were just freaking out about Project 2025. Oh, now he's having a meeting with him. This is the post that the president made on Truth Social at about 7 a.m., October 2nd. I have a meeting today with Russ Vought. He of Project 2025 fame to determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut, and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They're not stupid people, so maybe this is their way of wanting to quietly and quickly make America great again. Oh, President Trump, I love it. A script like this, Fly Sista writes, a script like this would be trashed as too silly for political fiction. Trump announced a meeting today with Russ Vought, Project 2025 fame, to determine which agencies would be cut. Let's flash back to some of these moments. These are probably the moments of them all freaking out.
And why not say what restrictions you would support as part of that?
I've told you. Let's put back in place Roe v. Wade.
And when you argue that Donald Trump, if elected, would put forward a national abortion ban.
Just read Project 2025.
The former president said that's not true. He would veto.
He says everything. Come on, are we really taking his word for it? He said that women should be punished. He has been all over the place on this. But I'm too busy watching what he's doing to see what he has said.
Harris is on the... And why not say
Project 2025. He's meeting with a guy. What's this? Hidden camera?
Restrictions you would support as...
We're looking at secretly recorded video of Russell Vought, a former cabinet member in the Trump administration.
This year has been predominantly now getting ready for a year 5 of the Trump administration. There are about 350 different documents that are regulations and things of that nature.
Vought, the platform policy director for the Republican National Committee, says he is building the plan for Trump's second term.
I don't know what the hell it is. It's Project 25.
Trump publicly disavowed Project 2025, a conservative...
Well, he disavowed it, but he certainly went ahead with some of those ideas.
His intention, look again at Project 2025, to repeal the $35 a month cap on insulin that we have put in place.
You know that Donald Trump has disavowed Project 2025. He says that is not his...
Oh, please. Meet with him. Get his ideas. I got nothing wrong with that. Here's Tarjan P. Henson giving a speech about Project 2025. What's this mean?
Whore, North. Whore, North Saint. How you doing? Good working, fella. How's God blessing you?
What was that? President Trump says, I know nothing about Project 2025. This is July 5th, 2024. No idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. Now, he didn't have anything to do with them. And what's funny is now he's meeting with the guy. Now it's all on the radar. Ted Cruz admits that Trump is going to use the shutdown to get rid of left-wing bureaucrats right out of Project 2025. I think that's fantastic, Ted Cruz says.
Not wait for the next Chuck Schumer and the Democrats force a shutdown, which they now have, that President Trump is going to use that as an opportunity not to tell people you're furloughed for a few days, but instead to send pink slips and to get rid of left-wing bureaucrats who are imposing left-wing priorities that are contrary to President Trump's priorities. I think that is fantastic, and what it's going to do is it's going to cause Democrats in Congress to scream and weep and gnash their teeth. I cannot wait for the next Democrat lunch when they start screaming at each other, when they start seeing pink slips go out at the EPA, at the Department of Labor, at the IRS, and suddenly the bureaucrats that they are entrusting to advance their job-killing agenda are themselves without a job. That's what's going to end this shutdown, as the Democrats are realizing that President Trump is making major advances for economic liberty as a result of the Democrats' temper tantrum.
So the Democrats decided to shut down the government, right? President Trump sees it as an opportunity to cut out the waste and the fraud and the abuse. Sure, he might be pulling a page from Project 2025. I mean, he's meeting with Russ Vought, right, OMB director, to figure out what is the path forward. He's going to use the shutdown against them. And it's absolutely glorious. If you got value for this report, tab subscribe. My final thought is next. See, the Democrats shut down the government to protect their bloated agencies and illegal alien benefits. But Donald Trump just flipped the script. While they created this crisis for their radical agenda, he's using it to launch the assault on the deep state that they feared the most. Project 2025. It's not a reaction, it's an opportunity. And Trump meeting with Russ Vought to accelerate the plans they've been crafting for months. Ted Cruz admitted they're seizing the Democrat-created shutdown to fire left-wing bureaucrats. Democrats thought they were protecting their permanent state by shutting down the government. Instead, they gave Trump the opening to make it very temporary. Schedule F lets him reclassify and remove thousands of embedded resistors. The swamp creatures who sabotaged his first term are now panicking because their shutdown backfired spectacularly. So here's my question. Should Trump use the Democrat shutdown to fire even more federal employees? Drop your answer below. You can show your support for the Next News Network by visiting shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Say it with me. Shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay, we're going to move right along here. We do have to give mention to Tamra. And Tamra gifted a membership. Smiley 9579 became a member thanks to Tamra. Welcome to the family. Going into, what is this? TX. Am I reading this wrong? Where is this? I'll get to it. I guess it's this one. Must be. I hope so. Come on, man. You gotta label these things, buddy. Where is, there it is. There's that. Okay. Where is, there was another tweet by Elon. Okay, there's that. Okay, there was that one. But then there was the one that kicked it all off. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm just looking through here. Maybe it was in his replies. I'll get there, guys. Hang on a second. I'm just scrolling his feed real quick here. Maybe it was his replies. Let's see. Checking. Stephen Miller. Let's see. Wow. He's tagging, man. What is up? Okay, so much winning. I don't know. Wow. Man, he's on a tear, dude. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. We're going to continue now. What started as a whisper on social media just exploded into a national firestorm. Elon Musk, the world's richest man with 226 million followers on X, didn't just hint didn't just wink. He explicitly told parents to cancel Netflix and then confirmed he canceled his own subscription. That single post detonated across the platform like a digital shockwave, sparking a mass exodus from Netflix and launching a boycott movement that's already being called the Bud Light moment for streaming. It's been going on for a couple days now, and it's not random. This is a direct reaction to what parents have been warning about for years, and what you're about to see may just shock you. But did you know that gold has gone mainstream? You're seeing it everywhere, and prices keep climbing. Every day, more and more Americans are catching on to the power of gold. But how do you actually take advantage of it? How do you invest in a way that's simple, safe, and building for the long run? That's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. Noble Gold specialists are trained to help investors like you go from confused to confident, from wondering what's next to knowing exactly what to do. Whether you're looking to roll over an old 401k into a gold IRA, or you want physical coins and bars delivered right to your home, Noble Gold makes the process simple, safe, and stress-free. You'll get step-by-step guidance, transparent pricing, and U.S.-based service from a team that's handled over $2.5 billion in precious metal transactions. With Noble Gold Investments, protecting and growing your wealth isn't just their job, it is their commitment. Visit nextnewsgold.com. It's linked below, and claim your free wealth protection kit and see if you qualify for that silver bonus, 10-ounce silver flag bar and a 1-ounce silver eagle. That's nextnewsgold.com. Noble Gold, helping you build a stronger future. The number on the screen, 877-646-5347. When you give them a call, tell them Gary said hello. 17 hours ago, we've been tracking this for a couple days now. 17 hours ago, Elon Musk simply writes the word yes. A man of few words, Elon. He's quote tweeting an account that says this goes way beyond canceling Netflix. This is fighting back and taking a stand. Look at your screen right now. All of these people confirming cancellation. Your cancellation confirmation, cancellation confirmation, cancellation. We've canceled your membership. We're sorry to say goodbye. As you requested, we've canceled your membership. October 3rd, October 4th. Everyone, their accounts, they're deleting them all. They're canceling Netflix en masse. I'm sure the executives at Netflix are in an absolute panic right now. And there's a good reason that people are canceling. Okay, because of the woke, the sickening woke programming that is on that platform. Elon Musk had enough of it. Vote with your dollars and cancel Netflix. Another one, Graham Lineman, done. Canceling his cancellation confirmation. Elon Musk told 226 million followers on X to explicitly cancel Netflix. Imagine being the CEO of that company right now. You get a phone call. Sir, Elon Musk just tweeted cancel Netflix to 226 million people. And the backlash is now the social proof all over X. MAGA Voice says we need to protect our kids from Netflix. It's time to cancel Netflix. Elon Musk has officially confirmed to multiple people that he canceled his Netflix. This is Libs of TikTok 24 hours ago. This is a scene from a movie on Netflix called Strawberry Shortcake and the Beast of the Berry Bog. It promotes boys cross-dressing as girls to express themselves. This show is recommended for children of all ages. Watch.
For Step Mulberry. It's time for Frightful 101. Welcome to your crash course in holiday self-expression.
You look amazing! But what does this have to do with Frightful?
Hello! Frightful, costumes, dressing up, and your look doesn't need to be scary. See? Honey Bee Lightly Stressed for my fave movie, Breakfast at Mulberry's. It's perfect. It's flawless. It's me. It's time for...
Wow. How confusing could that be for a child? An impressionable child. They just, when they see this, they think this is normal. This is indoctrination for all ages, right? Now, what age would a child be to watch this? 5, 6, maybe? Unrecognizable, says Liz Churchill. Strawberry shortcake in the 1980s wearing... she's caring for her pets and garden while entering baking contests. Strawberry Shortcake, Netflix, transgender brainwashing of children where boys are dressing as girls. You can see the difference. You remember old Strawberry Shortcake? Wow, how far have we fallen? Now, Tim Burchett joining Benny Johnson, announcing he's preparing to drag in top Netflix executives to testify before Congress for sexualizing children in their programming. Let's listen.
Of course.
Would you be in favor of the Netflix leadership being asked to sort of testify over this radical sexual ideology?
Every time we're on, I always say I'm going to do something that makes news. Here's what I want to do on this one, because the First Amendment and all that is involved in it, of course. Let's get on it. I'm going to follow up with my folks after we get off. I'm going to call them and say, which committee can they be brought in front of? Is it who? I think what we have to look at, who regulates the FCC, and then since it's cable, does that count? I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but yeah, they need to be brought in. We need to find out what their agenda is and why they're pushing this stuff. Because from what I understand, that little cartoon is apparently the #1 rated cartoon they have on their show. I haven't seen it. It looks kind of like claymation or something. I'm not really sure. But,
yeah,
I said something about it, and immediately the left pounded on me and said something about, oh, you're just upset because it's a racial family. And I know some gay folks, and they are getting a little more ticked off about the transgender situation because they're getting lumped in. That's not their fight. I don't think that's their fight. They need to pull off all that garbage, and because they got their win, they got their marriage thing going, and nobody cares. Everybody's looking for a fight, and nobody. I live in East Tennessee, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. And just live your own dadgum life. I always tell people, don't put it in my face, and don't tax me, and that's all I care about.
Right.
But that right there is recruiting. That is grooming. That is the worst of the worst, because they're taking young minds and they know they can do that.
Would you be in favor of the Netflix leadership being asked to sort of...
So it looks like Netflix might be called before Congress. That'll be interesting how they can try to justify this type of programming for children. Netflix in turmoil. Elon Musk boycott call ignites viral TikTok fury of cancellations. Elon Musk dropping a bombshell, slamming Netflix dead-end Paranormal Park, a kids show with a trans teen lead aimed at 7-year-olds and urging parents cancel Netflix for the health of your kids. Now TikTok is exploding with raw, real-time cancellation videos, users smashing remotes, sharing Bye Felicia screenshots, and cheering the exodus. One clip, a mom hits cancel mid-rant, racking up 2 million views. Protecting our kids starts here. Backlash ties to the show's creator. Fiery post mocking Charlie Kirk's death as a Nazi takedown, fueling the fire. Netflix woke gamble backfiring big time. Look at that.
I believe there's issues with it. It's not
boycott Netflix. It is a no, done deal.
On the word of God. That is the way me and millions of other Christians and people are raising. I believe transgenderism is a mental illness. I believe there's issues with it. It's not normal. It's not normal. It hasn't been normal for all of human history until now.
Netflix, they are finished. We reported on this the other day, and it's still going on, man. A show on Netflix, again, this is 24 hours ago when Elon tweeted, cancel Netflix. Show on Netflix called The Babysitter's Club pushes transgenderism on kids, shames characters for misgendering, and demands hospital staff refer to and treat a boy as a girl. This show is rated for children. Here's a scene.
It took a while, but we finally found a file for a Bailey Del Vecchio. Is 32 Burn Hill Road still the current address? Yeah. Have you been giving him fluids? If he's dehydrated, we'll need to place an IV. Have him change into this. I don't want. Well.
I hear Solo's not feeling well. Let's take a look at the little man.
Can I please talk to you two outside? I know that you guys are busy, but as you would see, if you looked at her and not her chart, Bailey is not a boy. And by treating her like one, you are completely ignoring who she is. You're making her feel insignificant and humiliated. And that's not gonna help her feel good or safe or calm. So, from here on out, please recognize her for who she is. And if at all possible, could you find me a non-blue hospital gown?
Always. Marianne.
Dad. Oh, Marianne. It took a while, but we finally found a file for a Bailey Del Vecchio.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know it was that bad. I mean, I remember, I played you the clip of when we figured out about the Camp Cretaceous experience that our family had. That was in like 2022 or something. But it just continues. It's growing, but now Netflix they're done. Elon Musk, just 18 hours ago, posting 100%, quote tweeting Benny Johnson. Benny writes, the real reason the Netflix cancellation campaign has gone viral, Netflix is sexualizing children by packaging explicit graphic radical sex topics as children's entertainment. What Netflix is doing goes beyond a culture war fight. It's immoral and it should be illegal. Here's Benny.
It's a lot deeper. Why this Netflix cancellation campaign has gone so viral, with hundreds of thousands of people canceling their Netflix subscriptions, including Elon Musk. It's the #1 trend in the world, and Netflix has lost billions of dollars in their stock. You can see right here an absolute collapse today. The reason why this is actually happening isn't your standard red versus blue political issue. It's a lot deeper than that. It's a moral issue. Have you seen what Netflix has been putting in their children's shows? This isn't like we're trying to push one way or the other. We want Democrats to win. We want everyone likes socialism. It's not like that, okay? Open borders even. It's so much worse. They're sexualizing children. It's got to be the single most radical thing you can do, the single most morally indefensible thing you can do. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to play you all the clips. I'm going to show you what they're putting into their programming. That's why this has gone so viral, because Netflix has truly crossed the line. If you believe that this is wrong, you should also cancel your Netflix. Okay, here we go. Here's the mashup of every time Netflix has put transgender, sexualized radical ideology into their children's programming.
How about you break out those moves for your two biggest fans?
I know I'm safe when I'm with my friends or other non-binary people.
Non-binary?
People who aren't female or male. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have assumed.
Nightshade's pronouns are they, them.
He or she just doesn't fit who I am.
My apologies. Please switch their piece.
I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place.
It's Cherry Chip reporting from the wedding of the year. Everyone's favorite karate instructor, Sensei Dave, will be marrying mixed martial arts champion Jiu-Jitsu Joe.
He's the undisputed champion of my heart.
Everything okay, Fred?
Oh, the last time I saw my grandma, I used a different name and pronouns.
Cancel your Netflix. Why this Netflix cancellation campaign has gone so viral.
If If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. As of October 2nd, 2025, 2:30 p.m. Central, Netflix is in full-blown turmoil. Congressional subpoenas are coming. Elon Musk's boycott army is growing by the hour. The streaming giant, once thought untouchable, is now facing the wrath of parents, lawmakers, and one of the most powerful influencers on the planet. This isn't just a cancellation. This is a reckoning. Libs of TikTok exposing strawberry shortcake promoting boys cross-dressing. Dead End Paranormal Park features trans teens for 7-year-olds. The Babysitters Club pushes transgender ideology on kids. Benny Johnson says what Netflix is doing goes beyond culture wars. It's immoral and should be illegal. Representative Tim Burchett dragging Netflix executives before Congress. Parents posting cancellation screenshots by the thousands. So here's my question. Should streaming services that target kids with adult content face criminal charges? Yes or no? Let's have a conversation in the comments and support real values by going to shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. Dude. Come on, man. It's just gross what they're doing. It's goes against God's creation. It's Satan's attack. That's what it is. Speaking of attacks, we've got more. We have got more and more. The meme-pocalypse is underway. Do we have the original meme? Where is the original meme? We need the original meme. The meme that started it all. Do we not have the original meme? Just a moment, folks. Go to President Trump's X account. Nope, there's our meme. Here it is. Okay. President Trump, and this is his original. The meme wars are underway. And then he did the second meme, which was just beautiful. Meme wars. Here we go. All right. Refresh, refresh, refresh. Okay. The sombrero apocalypse is here, friends. A political shutdown standoff has spilled into a full-blown thermonuclear meme war. And the battlefield isn't Congress, it's your phone screen. As of October 2nd, 2025, 2:30 p.m. Central, Trump and his supporters are unleashing meme after meme, turning Democrat leaders into punchline while Project 2025 rolls forward in real time. The crown jewels of the meme barrage, Donald Trump as a golden-crowned king dripping in velvet and jewels. Democrats tried their own counterpunch with Gavin Newsom, his Trump as Marie Antoinette meme, but it backfired spectacularly. Then came the sombreros. What you're about to witness is digital warfare at its absolute finest. And while Democrats cry about memes hurting their feelings, winners focus on what actually matters, looking and feeling their best. The left wants you demoralized and unhealthy. Fight back with collagen. Scientific studies prove it transforms skin, joints, and overall vitality. I take Ageless Multi-Collagen daily. The results speak for themselves. Smoother skin, fewer wrinkles, stronger joints. It's not vanity, it's victory. Get 51% off at healthwithgary.com right now. Free coaching, skin guide, and shipping included. While Democrats whine about sombreros, build yourself up with real results. Don't let them win. Visit healthwithgary.com and start winning today. You'll find it linked down below. So we've been tracking the escalation of this meme war since it started. 72 hours ago. It has only escalated since then, my friends. It started with this glorious meme.
Healthcare. Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too. Look,
well,
guys.
President Trump was not finished with that meme. After Hakeem Jeffries took to all of his safe spaces and the media to complain about how his feelings were hurt, President Trump decided to double down with this.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault. It's a disgusting video.
But the White House was not done. No. Late last night, I get a message from my producer, and this is it. They are playing the original meme from the White House briefing room. Now, the other day, they had a loop of all of the times that Democrats were saying how bad it would be if the government was shut down. Well, now President Trump has ordered the White House media team to play the meme on repeat, the original thermonuclear meme. The first salvo, if you will, in the press briefing room. Now, I explained this before when we were talking about the Democrats and their own words coming back to haunt them, being played in the briefing room. Again, the reason this is being done is because there's people sitting there in that room working. They work in those chairs you see them sitting in. They work in the cubbies in the back. So, and there's speakers in the ceiling. And you can, anything that plays on those screens is going to be amplified through the entire press room. So what President Trump has ordered his media team to do is to troll the left-wing media into oblivion. And it's absolutely glorious. What you're seeing right there is that's the video, that's the meme that was played in the briefing room. So the two memes I just played for you, President Trump playing those on a loop in the briefing room. Caitlin Collins, of course, she works in that briefing room. Now she has a special office that's actually on the lower level of the White House briefing area, media space, press center, whatever you want to call it. So she wouldn't necessarily be subject to hearing that. It's the other press who don't have cubbies. They have to work in that main space. And she even has a door on her glass office that she can close it off. But here she is reacting to it on CNN.
And how they...
So we played sound from Vice President Vance, not just defending that AI racist video of Minority Leader Jeffries wearing a sombrero, but also like celebrating that video. And it was playing on a loop in the briefing room today. What are you hearing from the inside about that?
It was not only just playing on a loop in the briefing room. If you've never been in the press briefing room, for those who haven't, there are loudspeakers overhead so you can hear announcements or what's being said, or if there's an event going on with the president in the Rose Garden, for example. They were playing that mariachi music as well over the loudspeakers for all the press that was coming in and out of the White House today inside the press briefing room. It just kind of gives you a window, John, into how they're dealing with this and how they believe they have the upper hand when it comes to the messaging here, and also kind of how things have changed from the first time Donald Trump was in office. I mean, there was a shutdown then. I remember all 35 days of it. As the president said at the beginning, he'd be proud to shut the government down. And then it ended, obviously, with him not getting the money for his border wall. This time, you know, there's a moment here. They're being heavily criticized over these posts by the president, by Democrats. And instead of backing off or apologizing for it, they're leaning into it, and they're playing the music over loudspeakers and on repeat inside the briefing room because they simply don't care about that criticism.
All right, Caitlin.
Trolled into oblivion. And the reinforcements have arrived, my friends. They are there. They're backing up the meme commander himself, Donald Trump. The meme commander in chief In case you don't know it, I am I've now been called the Secretary of Meme Wars. I mean, look at, here's one. Mexican word of the day, acquitted. Democrats should have acquitted a long time ago. Here is the right to bear memes. One of the great meme makers of our day posting this meme. Personally, I'm not sure what this meme is from. So it's, I guess, over my head. I'll have to ask him about it later. Grand Old Memes posting this. And then we have this one here, another one.
My name is not... I am not even Mexican. I don't know why President Trump keeps saying that shit. He needs to say it to my face, Holmes. And while we're at it, I'm getting really tired of all that dollar store Obama shit. It's getting old, homie. My name is not dollar store Obama. Okay, pendejo? ¡Órale! ¡Arriba! ¡Arriba!
Wow.
I am not even Mexican.
Hakeem Jeffries getting trolled into oblivion. Here's another meme. Donzu. Meme them until they cry, then make memes about them crying. Even Elon Musk responding to the first meme with this simple smiley face 24 hours ago. Elon Musk is having a great time. Here's another meme. The reinforcements are here, my friends.
Complaciendo a todos los bailadores con esta rola que dice 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my goodness, I don't know, man. It's just getting out of control. Caitlin Collins can't believe Trump is doubling down. Here's another meme. Trump is my daddy. They're putting red hats on Hakeem Jeffries' official portrait. Here is the Trump King meme. Damn Yankee posting this. Donald Trump is a king. Oh no, Chuck Schumer? Are you serious? This is insane. Conservative pen. Schumer out here shaking maracas for Project 2025 and the end of the Democrat agencies. He can't resist winning. You know, I gotta up my meme game, guys. I don't know how these guys are making it, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out how they're making Chuck Schumer dance with maracas and a hat and a dress. I'm gonna find out, guys. I may be the secretary of the meme wars, but I've got some competition. Oh, look at this. This is the post that the California Governor Gavin Newsom tried to put Donald Trump. I mean, the left can't meme. I mean, that's a meme in itself, and it shows right here. Trump, European Democrats posting this 12 hours ago. Newsom's right. Trump as Marie Antoinette is funny until you realize the punchline is about denying health care while chasing luxury. This is the meme. Trump as Marie Antoinette says no health care for you peasants, but a ballroom for the queen. Yeah, nice try. Nice try, California governor. Nice try. John Davies, Gavin Newsom posting Trump as Marie. Let them eat cake, Antoinette. Look at it a bit further. Uh-oh. Il Donald Trumpo. Do you guys remember when Trump was banned off X? This account popped up right afterwards. It was so funny. It was supposed to be like if Donald Trump was sneaking back on X with a fake account. Il Donald Trumpo. How many followers does he have now? 1.7 million. The biggest, most beautiful, unfiltered commentary straight from the heart of Il greatest presidento that ever lived. And a little bit of parody. So he looks like we have a meme here of J.D. Vance in a sombrero now. I love having a Veep that speaks Spanish. Oh, no.
So El Okay, esto es mucho simple. El Democrat Party es mucho retardo, okay? Mucho retardo. Especially el Hakeem Jeffries y el Chucko Schumer. They are extra retardo. So El Presidente and I cannot negotiate with these Democrat retardos. It's imposibly, mucho imposibly. Gracias, amigos. Oh, and make sure you El voto for LJD Vanso in El 2028. Okay, esto es mucho simple.
Oh man, no, straight up, I gotta get my meme game stronger than these guys are putting me to shame. Tim Walz is whining about the memes. He's crying.
The Trump administration will start firing workers instead of furloughing them, and do you think they might target workers in blue states?
I do. I think it goes back to this question, Tom, that it appears like they're trying to do that. The disruption is there. The willingness of the Speaker of the House to blatantly, I have seen Fox News even correct this issue, that trying to tell the public we're in a massive misinformation campaign. The President himself tweeting out AI videos of fake news reports on health care. This is really dangerous, and it's really hard. And I cannot express to you the concern and the absolute bafflement and fear of our European allies asking me, is this stuff really going on? So yeah, I have a feel that they do that. And again, they're going to tell you this, and like with the VA, and this is what really drives me crazy, they'll come back and tell you, oh, we're not firing anybody important. We're not going to fire doctors. No, just the people who change the linens or get the surgical instruments cleaned so they're ready to go. Those people aren't there. Or the IT, the people that allow you to schedule your appointment with the VA. There's a reason that all these people work together in agencies, and everybody's valuable in them. So yes, I do worry about that, Tom.
Oh man, Tim Walz. It amazes me that your people keep voting for you. Okay, another meme, another one. They just keep coming. Oh my goodness. Oh, here's another one. Goodness, that's some good AI right there. My favorite. This Big Bill says, this is my favorite. Full-on mariachi, Hakeem Jeffries. Oh no, what's this? The diaper diplomacy. These are, you guys seen these videos where they make kids dress up as AI-generated representations of members of the administration or government. Let's see.
What did just going back to the sombrero, you said that the president's joking, but Hakeem Jeffries says that these memes were racist. What's your response to that? And just if I may briefly go off topic, Secretary Hegseth yesterday made an edict about no more beardos in the military. Just wondered what.
Sorry, what did he say?
No more beardos.
Beards.
Sorry, that's my accent. Just wondered your response to that.
I didn't see that particular comment. I thought Pete gave a hell of a speech, and a speech that really is just oriented around returning the American military to the very high standards that it has had for virtually its entire history until Joe Biden came along and decided to lower standards. I think it was bad for our military, and it was bad for our troops. When I was a young United States Marine, I did not have a beard. I am now the vice president, so I get to do what I want to do. But I think Pete's trying to re-implement high standards, and that's a very good thing. On the sombrero thing, I mean, Hakeem Jeffries said it was racist, and I know that he said that, and I honestly don't even know what that means. Like, is he a Mexican American that is offended by having a sombrero meme? I mean, I saw one of the major TV stations put the meme up and then say, this is AI generated. And he had like the curly animated mustache too. It's like, do you really not realize the American people recognize that he did not actually come to the White House wearing a sombrero and a black curly animation mustache? Like, give the country a little bit of credit. We're all trying to do a very important job for the American people. The President of the United States likes to have a little bit of fun when he's doing it, and I think that's okay.
Diaper diplomacy. Oh no, another one. Can't get enough of the sombreros. Probably be posting these all day. How many have you found? My goodness. A C-SPAN caller cracks up over Trump's post of Hakeem Jeffries in a sombrero. The host, John McCardle, asked, do you think videos like that help in the process here in negotiations?
No, it's just... What do you make of Donald Trump's Truth Social posts about focusing on Hakeem Jeffries and attempting to lampoon him is maybe the word to put it. There it is on his Truth Social post, and a new one featuring Hakeem Jeffries from last night went up as well.
Well, I called Hakeem Jeffries last night and left him a voicemail, and I wanted to know where he got the sombrero from because I wanted to buy one too because I thought he looked good in it, and I didn't know he could grow a mustache that quickly, but I thought he looked real good in that mustache.
Do you think the?
You got it on TV right now. I asked Hakeem Jeffries, where did you get that hat? Because I want to go buy one. Please give me a call back. But see, that's the problem.
Do you think videos like that help in this process here in the negotiations?
Help in the process? No, it's just a joke. See, nobody can take a joke no more. This country is so evil in so many ways that nobody can take a joke anymore. You do not think that is funny? A mariachi band, Donald Trump playing all those instruments, and Hakeem Jeffries. That is funny. Come on.
That's Kevin in Gainesville, Florida, taking your phone call. What do you make of Donald Trump's Truth Social posts about?
Okay, I found a couple more while that clip was playing. Here's another one. President Trump is a psychologist. Hakeem Jeffries laying on a couch in a session. Tell me, Hakeem, is the sombrero in the room with us right now? Right. Here's one. Fight Club. So they called us Nazis for years, but Trump putting a sombrero on a congressman hurt their feelings. Right. Here's the famous Goodfellas meme, swapping out Joe Pesci and Ray Liotta for President Trump and J.D. Vance, both wearing sombreros. But I think we'll leave it right here because I think this sums it up nicely, right? The classic screaming liberal after 2016, now adorning a sombrero and a mustache. That's right. The meme wars continue. If you got value or maybe a couple laughs out of this report, tap subscribe because it's time for my final thought. You see, this is how Trump controls the battlefield, not through policy papers or long-winded speeches, but through images that burn into the public imagination. This is the meme war, and the right is winning, humiliating the establishment in broad daylight. Donald Trump's original post of Hakeem Jeffries in a sombrero and mustache detonated across X like a meme nuke. C-SPAN callers are laughing on air. J.D. Vance was asked about it directly. Schumer's being dunked on with memes of him shaking maracas. Tim Walz is whining that the memes are unfair. So now the demand is simple. Get him a sombrero. Democrats look humorless and fragile, while Trump looks like the cultural juggernaut, the king of digital warfare. From crowns to maracas to sombreros, he's painting a picture. Democrats are clowns. Trump is the conqueror. So here's my question. Do memes influence elections more than mainstream media? What do you think? Yes or no? And if you want to check out some of our work, go to shop.nextnewsnetwork.com for gear that makes a statement. Dude. Oh. Yeah. Is there a sombrero in the room with you right now? Is there? Linda says, I'm going to get a sombrero to wear. You know, I have one here somewhere. I should have worn it for the segment. I really should have. But I'm sure there will be more. I'm sure the meme war will continue. John says he's got writer's cramp. No different than political cartoons. Yeah, good point, Michael. That C-SPAN guy was good. For sure he was. If they didn't have TDS, they couldn't have fun with these memes. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? It gets across better. Oh, yes. The memes are funny. They're hilarious. So, folks, what a show. We pull back the curtain on the biggest political scandals hitting America right now. And the truth is more explosive than anyone imagined. We expose the Schumer shutdown for what it really is, a Soros-funded hostage situation. Democrats shut down the government, demanding $1.5 trillion for illegal aliens while our troops work without pay. Mark Vargas, he showed us the receipts, months of planning, secret meetings, all to appease AOC and the radical left. 65% of Americans oppose this madness, but Democrats, they don't care. They've chosen illegals over military families. Then we revealed the border invasion in real time. 40 illegal truckers fired in Chicago because cops couldn't even understand them. Minneapolis admitting half of their immigrants are fraudsters. ICE agents literally rappelling from helicopters to catch gang members, while Democrat mayors call them neighbors. DeSantis asking the question that matters: what's the real cost to American families? The answer is everything. The Democrats shut down backfiring spectacularly. They thought they were protecting their permanent bureaucracy, but they just gave Trump the opening that he needed. Project 2025, pulling a page right out of it, accelerating it today. Trump meeting with Russ Vought to start the systematic dismantling of the deep state. Schedule F is ready. The purge can begin. Democrats are screaming because their shutdown scheme just became their worst nightmare. And Elon Musk's Netflix boycott exploding into a national movement. 226 million followers got the message. Protect your kids from woke indoctrination disguised as entertainment. Parents are canceling by the thousands. Congress is preparing hearings. Netflix thought they could groom a generation. Well, they thought wrong. And the great meme war of 2025 has only just begun. Donald Trump crowned as the king. Democrats in sombreros. The digital battlefield belongs to patriots who know ridicule defeats tyranny faster than policy paper. Tim Walz crying about unfair memes while the internet roasts him alive. This is how we win the culture war. One viral image at a time. Because the left just can't meme. So thank you to everyone who sent in super chats and Rumble rants tonight. You guys keep the show rolling, and your voices were heard loud and clear. Your support through those donation links and at our merch shop, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, keeps independent media alive when big tech and big government want us silenced. So keep telling your friends about the raw feed. Keep texting them the links to the live show and to the segments when they drop, when they're published on the channel. Remember, if you miss the live show, you can always find the segments. We publish them independently. Share them all on social media. Facebook, X, wherever. Break through the algorithms. Because if today proved anything, is that they are terrified of the truth getting out. From the Democrat shutdown scheme that's now destroying them, to invasions at our border, from their own crisis enabling Trump's deep state purge, to the culture wars exploding across streaming services, we covered it all. October 2nd, 2025 will go down as the day their schemes collapsed and America saw the truth. So thank you for joining the Raw Feed. Keep fighting, keep sharing, keep standing for the truth. We'll see you on the next show. This is Gary Franchi signing off. Stay free, America.
because